Hey y'all, Wacky Wormer here with episode 7 of my HermitPack playthrough. Last episode, you saw where we got our wheat farm upstairs fully automated. You can see some seeds making their way down through the pipes now. I've actually not pulled any wheat out of the chest upstairs. It's run fully on seeds for the moment. I haven't fully stress tested the system. I haven't gone mining or anything to run all 4 of these machines at once. But I have been using the metallurgic infuser to transmute some of our iron and osmium ingots into their basic mechanism resources. I've run some cobblestone through the crushing factory here to convert that to gravel, and then that gravel into sand, and then smelted that sand into glass because I don't have a desert nearby, and it kind of sucks, but this is a pretty easy process to do, so I'm not complaining too much. In this episode, we are going to upgrade our power production process. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, well, we just got the farm upstairs automated, everything's running nice and smooth. Why do we want to upgrade it? Well, this is Feed the Beast, and we want bigger and better all the time. So that's what we're going to do. And we're actually going to continue to use biofuel and hydrogen as part of our power production process, but we're going to combine them to get something that's better than these 2 individual processes we're running here. And we're going to do that using a machine called the Pressurized Reaction Chamber. Also in Mekanism, let's flip over here. So this guy right here, what this is going to do is it's going to take hydrogen, water, and the biofuel. It's going to run that through a chemical reaction and produce ethylene. And then we'll run that ethylene straight into the gas burning generator we already have, and we'll get a nice big chunk of power production out of that. It's going to be very nice. So I'm going to craft this guy real quick, and I'll see you guys in just a second. So I've got our pressurized reaction chamber built. On top of that, I'm also going to go ahead and build an advanced energy cube because we don't have any energy storage in our system yet, aside from what the individual machines have. So we're going to go ahead and craft this up so it'll be a good indicator of how our system is doing in terms of energy usage and power production. Alright, so we have our advanced energy cube crafted. Now we can come over here and start making the adjustments to our actual system. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move these 2 blocks of our Ender IO reservoir over to the other side. Let's grab that water bucket, refill it. I may have to get another, I'm not sure. Yeah, it looks like I'll have to get another. Let me go grab another bucket of water and I'll be right back. Alright, so we're going to fill that up with water, and now that should be an infinite water source once again. You can see it pushing water up into this electrolytic separator. And now what we have to do, if we take a look at this pressurized reaction chamber, on the left side here, you can see I've already played around with it a little bit. But on the left side, we're going to need to take in hydrogen. And so that means that I'm actually going to have to place this block backwards here in order to take it in on the left side and then output on the right side, or else we'll just have circles upon circles for all of these tubes here running. So I've got that placed. Oops. Did it turn? No, should be good. So I've got that placed. I'm going to right click on this right here. That should push water into it. There we go. Had to configure it to accept fluids from the bottom. So that's going to fill up with water. It's slowly filling up with hydrogen. We need to configure this. Alright guys, I couldn't figure out how to make it work outputting directly to the machine itself, so I'm going to put a little bit of a gap in here. You can see I've kind of shifted things down a little bit so that this machine, which is taking in the biofuel, will be closer to our crusher right there, which is producing the biofuel. So I'm actually going to shift this down one more. I'm going to put a pressurized pipe right there. I'm going to put a mechanical pipe there. We're going to set this to output to that pipe. And then we can set our machine here on top of that. So that's taking in water. It should be outputting hydrogen. We'll configure this to extract, that to insert, and now you should be taking in hydrogen. Maybe? No? Gotcha. So we had to configure it on the gases tab, which I didn't see over here off to the side. So we want to take in the gas and yeah, okay. So that works much better. Alright, so we're taking the gas in on the right side. We are outputting gas on the left side. Let's set this to pull. We need to get, let's see, this guy's full of water, so that's good. We need to resupply power to it. We can do that in just a second. The next thing we need to do is to get that running over. Set that to pull from there. So that should keep that full. Finally, we need to run our pipes here to there. We're going to need one here. We kind of have a mess of universal cable back here, but we're going to get that fixed here in just a second. And then finally, we need our logistical transport pipes coming in here. And probably just got myself stuck. You hear that machine humming along pretty nicely. It's going to produce this substrate here, which we can use in later machines. But on top of that, it's also going to produce ethylene. And that ethylene is going to come over here into this generator once it finally runs out of hydrogen. And it's going to produce a ton of RF for us. So that's pretty nice. I wish I had a way to dump that hydrogen out, but I'm not sure how I can do that. Alright, y'all, I think I got most everything set up. We do have a few little housekeeping things we need to do. First of all, if you take a look at our pressurized reaction chamber here, we are no longer producing ethylene. And that's because we've stocked up on this substrate, and we need to have some mechanic for getting rid of it. Now, it will be useful later on, so I do want to save some of it, but I definitely need to deal with it in some way. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to drop down a trash can and a chest. And hopefully the way this is going to work is when this thing outputs items, and I'll set that here to output items to the back and eject. It should go into this chest first, and then whenever this chest gets full, it'll output the rest of the stuff into the trash can. So I'll have a full chest of substrate waiting to go, and then that trash can will ensure that this thing just keeps running and producing for us, which is what we need. The last thing we need to do is to set our advanced energy cube, and I've kind of looked around. I think I'm going to set it right in here. Yeah. I think it's going to go right here. So I'm going to mine out this energy conduit here. I'm going to place this down. And now if you take a look at this thing, there's a few different ways the sides can appear. If it has these little green side bits glowing, that means that this is currently an output. And you see that with the red slot right there. If it has the green square with the dim green sides, then it's an input. So this is an input. It should be all sides except for this one are inputs. But of course, we need to change this so that our output is on the side over here. See, we just ran out of energy in our crusher. So looking at this thing, the right side needs to be an output, and everything's functioning again. And you see now we're already at 530,000 RF. We are slightly draining though, but that should come out even in the long run as soon as this guy starts producing energy. There we go. So I just had to mine the block up and then plop it back down, and then everything is all right in the world again. So everything's working well. We're producing ethylene slowly but surely. We are producing hydrogen slowly but surely. Make sure we have this dumping excess thing checked off here to make sure that we're always producing. Same thing with this guy. It's the same mechanic here for this. We want to dump all of this stuff here to make sure we're always producing that ethylene. Alright y'all, I think I got everything finished up here. I had to do a few housekeeping things. Number one, this PRC here as a byproduct is going to produce substrate. I'm currently piping that over into a chest. I still need to figure out a way to dump the excess substrate. I tried to do it with this trash can here, but apparently Mekanism's logistical pipes don't like the trash can. So I'm gonna have to figure out a way to do that. But outside of that, everything looks like it's running pretty smoothly. We've already filled up our advanced energy cube here. We did that a long time ago actually, so we're producing power at a very, very solid rate. And I think we're not going to have any power problems for a very long time. So that's everything. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more content, please subscribe. I welcome any comments, feedback on my gameplay tips. If you have a solution for this trash can thing here, I would love to hear it. And I will see y'all in the next episode.